My beloved child, don't skip this. Something life-changing has just happened behind the scenes, and I need you to stay till the end to understand how it connects to you. For years, something was being prepared in silence, a deed, a document, a signature that would soon find your name written across it. This isn't random, it's the unfolding of something that was meant for you since the very beginning. Somewhere out there, a gate just opened, and your name echoed through its corridor like a quiet whisper of destiny. The moment you woke up today, something shifted, and that shift wasn't small, it carried the weight of ownership. Because the secret isn't just about money, it's about truth. A truth that someone tried to bury, erase, and silence for decades. The property that has just become yours was hidden for so long that even those guarding it started believing it was lost forever. Don't skip, because in a few moments you'll feel your heart race when I reveal the address. It's not far from where you've been before. In fact, you've passed by it unknowingly, never realizing that the walls beyond that gate were calling your name all along. Every trace of this story began with a single photograph, one that someone tried to delete, burn, and bury. But fate never forgets what belongs to you. That photo resurfaced just when the right eyes were ready to see it again, and those eyes found a clue leading directly to your inheritance. Someone close to you, now trembling in silence, knows what this means. They've received the news before you did, and they're afraid you might find out. Their sudden quietness isn't coincidence, it's guilt. Because what you're about to own was once theirs to protect, but they betrayed it. Don't scroll, because the next lines hold the moment everything starts connecting. A lawyer in another city has already signed the release document. The key is in a sealed envelope, and the location tagged in a file with your initials engraved in gold. Your presence was missing only because timing hadn't aligned yet. But now, it has. And every locked drawer, every whispered conversation, every hidden call, they all point toward one thing: your name printed in bold letters on a property no one ever told you existed. Listen carefully. This property isn't just land, it's legacy. The structure holds history older than your memory, yet its energy feels strangely familiar. Inside those walls lies something that once belonged to your ancestors, a symbol of protection and abundance meant to be passed down to you. You were never meant to struggle, you were meant to arrive. That's why you've been seeing repeating signs lately: doors creaking open, sudden chills, dreams about unfamiliar hallways. Each sign was guiding you toward this revelation, preparing your soul before your eyes could see it. There's a reason you were drawn here tonight, right now. Because in the next few lines, I'll reveal what connects your life to a photograph that someone accidentally uploaded and deleted within seconds, yet the system captured the metadata, exposing everything. That metadata contained your initials, a timestamp, and coordinates that lead directly to the property's location. It wasn't a glitch, it was divine timing aligning your destiny with truth that couldn't stay hidden anymore. The photograph was traced back to an old estate on a quiet street. Behind a rusted gate stands a house with a blue-tiled roof, untouched for years. Neighbors speak of letters that arrived without names, of lights flickering in the attic, of a caretaker who never opened the door but always kept it clean. That caretaker is gone now. But before leaving, he left one envelope inside the mailbox, sealed with a golden crest that matches your family's emblem. Inside it, written in faded ink, are 6 words: "It belongs to you." Finally revealed. Don't skip. You might feel goosebumps right now because your spirit recognizes this truth before your mind does. The very air around you is shifting, as if the unseen world is celebrating that you finally know what they've guarded for years. Somewhere between disbelief and tears, you'll realize this wasn't luck. It was alignment. Every heartbreak, every delay, every rejection, it all led to this moment of reclamation. What's yours has finally found its way home. The lawyer who handled this case kept it sealed for over 12 years under strict instructions. No movement, no disclosure, until the right sign appeared, a name, a date, and a confirmation that couldn't be faked. That confirmation happened 3 nights ago. A letter arrived with a handwriting so similar to yours that even forensic analysts were stunned. But it wasn't you who wrote it, it was a spiritual signature, an energetic confirmation that matched your soul frequency. That was the final seal needed to transfer ownership. Because now the countdown begins. Within 7 days, a courier will attempt to deliver a parcel to an address you recognize, a simple street where something important in your life once happened. Inside that parcel will be the proof you never expected to see. Don't skip. Because if you stop here, you'll miss the exact moment the story becomes personal. The address linked to this inheritance is a place that has appeared in your dreams repeatedly, disguised as coincidence but loaded with meaning. If you've ever dreamed of a house with long corridors, an open window, and a glowing light at dusk, that was no dream, it was memory replaying. The estate is exactly as you saw it, even down to the ivy curling around the gate and the whisper of wind that carries faint music. You thought it was imagination, but no. It was the soul of that property reaching out, waiting for you to remember. And now that you've been reminded, its gates will soon open, physically, spiritually, and legally. Don't scroll. Because what I'm about to reveal next connects the property directly to someone from your bloodline who vanished years ago. That person left clues behind, handwritten letters hidden in hollow books, bank statements under a false name, and a final diary entry dated with your birthday. That diary was discovered last week. Inside it, one sentence stood alone: when the time comes, they will find the home that carries their heartbeat. And now, that heartbeat is echoing through the walls of what is now yours. My beloved child, everything that was stolen is returning. The same people who thought they buried your destiny are now watching in disbelief. Their plans are unraveling because truth can't stay buried under deceit forever. Because the one person who knows every detail of this property has already been instructed to meet you. Their message is hidden in the photograph I mentioned, the one that just resurfaced. Look closely at the reflection in the window. You'll see a faint outline of a figure wearing a white coat, someone familiar, yet distant. That's the person who kept the property alive, who maintained it silently while waiting for permission to reveal the truth. They've been protecting your inheritance without ever revealing their face. Because their identity will change how you see everything. It's not a stranger, it's someone connected to your family by blood, yet disguised by duty. They couldn't reveal the truth until the right alignment occurred, and now, it finally has. Everything inside that estate has remained untouched: old portraits, locked drawers, and a small wooden chest containing documents tied with red string. That chest is the key to your next chapter. Inside it are records of ownership, family lineage, and one sealed envelope with your name etched in cursive gold. The letter inside doesn't just confirm your ownership, it reveals why this property was hidden. Decades ago, a promise was made to keep it safe until a descendant with a pure heart and unbroken spirit appeared. That descendant is you. My beloved child, don't move, stay till the end. What I'm about to tell you will make your heart beat faster, because the moment of truth has arrived. The photograph that was recovered yesterday morning has now been decoded, and the coordinates written in the reflection lead straight to a real place, one you've unknowingly crossed paths with before. Every moment of your life has been leading here. That sudden pull you felt to take a different turn last week, the sense of déjà vu when you passed by that empty lane, it wasn't random. Your spirit recognized what your eyes couldn't see, the house that belongs to you. The details that were sealed in confidential archives have now been opened by the attorney handling your case. When the lockbox was unsealed, there was a note attached saying, "Give this only when the rightful owner's name surfaces naturally." And now, your name has appeared. That note carried the signature of someone you once trusted, a guardian who vanished years ago without goodbye. They were never gone, they were protecting what was yours, from those who tried to erase your inheritance. Every document you'll soon see bears that person's initials. The property isn't just an address, it's a memory carved into the earth. It stands at the end of a quiet road lined with silver oaks, the same road where you once stopped to catch your breath on a stormy evening. You never realized that behind that locked gate was the beginning of your new life. The blue-tiled roof is still there, untouched. The window near the left corner still reflects the same sky you see today. And if you listen closely to your intuition right now, you'll hear a soft hum. That's the frequency of ownership, the energy of your name etched in those walls. Because what happens next is unbelievable. The caretaker who left the note behind had written another clue in invisible ink. Under blacklight, a message appeared, one that stunned even the officials reading it. It said, "Tell them their blood built this ground. Tell them it was always theirs." When that message appeared, the lights in the office flickered, as if even the universe was confirming it. You might not understand how divine timing works, but everything that felt delayed in your life was part of this setup. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Don't skip. Because the reveal isn't over yet. The photo that exposed the reflection also showed something else, a faint outline of a symbol carved above the main door. That symbol, when translated, spelled your family's surname in an ancient script. Every official, every inspector who saw that mark paused. One said softly, "This isn't coincidence, this is destiny." And he was right. Your family's energy was coded into that land before you were even born, waiting for the exact moment you'd be ready to claim it. The property's registry reveals that it was never sold. It was transferred across generations through trust documents that kept it hidden from public records. But one name was missing, a final heir. And now, your name completes that chain, locking the history and future together forever. Stay till the end. Because even though this sounds like a dream, it's already real. Somewhere right now, a team is preparing to deliver the original deed, wrapped in a protective case and sealed with red wax. And yes, it's coming to you. There's something you need to know before the delivery arrives. Inside that wooden chest found in the attic, next to the family portrait, was a gold-plated key with a symbol carved into it. The same symbol appeared in your childhood notebook years ago, when you used to doodle without knowing why. You didn't draw it by chance, you remembered it from another time, another connection. It was your soul recalling its roots, connecting with the energy of that house long before you physically knew of its existence. The same frequency has been following you in dreams, whispers, and random flashes of light. And now, it's all aligning perfectly. The old caretaker's journal said, "When the heir's name vibrates through the walls, everything locked shall awaken." And today, it has. The locks are no longer just physical, they were emotional, spiritual, generational. You'll soon see how every broken promise in your past was only clearing the path for this divine revelation. The universe removed everything false so that only truth could find its way home to you. When the officials opened the second file folder, a photograph slid out, a recent one. In it, you could see the same estate, now cleaned, restored, and glowing under warm sunlight. And if you zoom in near the right corner of the frame, you'll notice something shocking. A person is standing there, half visible, half hidden behind a white curtain. They look familiar. That's because it's someone you've seen before, a distant relative you thought had passed away long ago. They're alive, and they've been protecting your property for years, quietly ensuring no one could claim it falsely. This isn't just about property, it's about truth rising from silence. The relative wrote a letter that was found attached to the photo. It says, "Tell them I never left. I stayed behind to protect what's theirs until heaven allowed it to return." The moment that letter was read aloud, a golden feather fell from the open window of the lawyer's office. No one could explain it, but everyone in that room felt chills. It was the sign they needed to confirm divine involvement. Because this story isn't done, it's only beginning. That property holds something more valuable than gold, more powerful than wealth. It holds your family's untold truth. A truth that explains why your path was filled with unexpected pauses and strange coincidences. Every obstacle you faced was preparing you to be strong enough to receive this blessing. Because when destiny hands you something so rare, you must be ready to hold it without fear. That's why every closed door before this moment was necessary. It was protection, not rejection. Now, those same doors are opening. You might start seeing confirmations, like seeing the same numbers repeating, or feeling a strong pull to revisit an old location. Follow that intuition, because it's guiding you straight to the property that now carries your name. Because what you're about to see next will make you speechless. The photograph that started this entire revelation wasn't taken by accident, it was captured by a satellite moments after a lightning strike, showing a glowing shape across the roof of the estate. And that shape formed one word, yours. My beloved child, the time to claim your legacy has arrived. The documents are being processed, the confirmation is sealed, and the universe itself is aligning everything to return what belongs to you. Stay calm, stay ready, and when the letter arrives, open it under the evening light, not before. Because the final reveal will happen in silence, not chaos. And when you see your name printed on that golden page, remember this moment, the day everything changed without warning. The day the universe whispered, "It's finally yours." My beloved child, don't move, don't scroll, stay till the end. What happens next will send a shiver through your soul. The sealed envelope has finally been opened, and inside it lies the truth that connects everything, the property, the photograph, and the person who vanished years ago without a trace. The paper is old, but the handwriting is firm, steady, and familiar. The ink has faded in places, but the emotion behind every stroke still breathes through it. It starts with 4 words that stop your heartbeat for a moment: I never truly left. The letter is from your guardian, the one who disappeared when you were still too young to understand what loss meant. They weren't gone, they were in hiding, protecting what was yours from those who had dark intentions. And now, after all this time, they've revealed everything. You need to hear this word by word. The letter explains that your property was once targeted by people who wanted to claim it under false pretenses. They used tricks, fake documents, and powerful connections, but one loyal soul stood guard and never let them succeed. The guardian wrote, I signed my name away to protect yours. Those words carry the weight of sacrifice. They gave up their own identity, living in shadows, ensuring that one day the truth would find you. And now, it finally has. The property remained sealed because it carried not just wealth, but memories too painful to surface before you were ready. Inside the main hall of that estate is a painting, an unfinished portrait of a child holding a silver feather. That child is you. The painting was made before you were even born, by someone who said they painted what they saw in a dream. The dream was prophetic. It showed the rightful owner of the land who would come years later to restore balance. And when the caretaker discovered the same silver feather hidden beneath the floorboards, the connection became undeniable. Every sign pointed to you. The inheritance wasn't a coincidence, it was written into the rhythm of your existence. The letter continues with a chilling revelation. It says that the guardian was forced to hide because someone close, someone from your extended family, tried to forge your name and sell the property in secret. But before they could succeed, an invisible force intervened. A storm hit the estate that same night, flooding the false documents and exposing the fraud. Every fake signature washed away in the rain, leaving only the original paper with your birthmark symbol, an imprint you've always had on your left hand. The storm wasn't random. It was divine protection in motion. Nature itself rose to protect what was meant for you. That's why lightning struck the same corner of the property 3 times, burning only the forged files but sparing the originals. The investigator who reopened the case said he had never seen anything like it. He called it a miracle of justice. The universe had its own way of keeping records clean. The letter ends with instructions written in trembling lines. When you find this, go to the west side of the property at sunset. Stand beneath the tall oak tree and listen. Those were the final words from your guardian before their handprint sealed the page. At first, no one understood what it meant. But when the investigators went to that location, they found something extraordinary, a stone tablet buried under the roots. On it were engraved coordinates and one single phrase: home waits for the one who remembers. Because what they found next will leave you breathless. Beneath that tablet was a small chest wrapped in velvet cloth. When it was opened, it contained an old key, a pocket watch, and a folded note written on delicate golden paper. The note said, "If you are reading this, then you've already arrived at the door of your destiny. Unlock it, but don't rush, enter with peace. Because now we reach the part where everything finally makes sense." The key in that chest fits the secret door on the 2nd floor of the estate, a door that has remained locked for 52 years. No one ever knew what was behind it. When the lock finally turned, the air changed. A faint fragrance of jasmine filled the corridor. Inside, there was a small study, untouched by time, filled with handwritten journals, old music sheets, and a framed certificate with your family crest. On the desk sat an object that no one expected, a photograph of you as a child, smiling, holding the same silver feather. That photograph was taken decades before you were born. Yet it exists, perfectly preserved, untouched by dust or age. Because this is where your destiny speaks. That photograph wasn't edited, nor was it planted, it manifested. It was proof that the universe bends time to keep promises made long ago. The caretaker's journal confirms what the guardian wrote. When the rightful soul returns, the portrait and photograph will awaken. And when you appeared in the records, that exact moment, the colors in the portrait began to glow under the moonlight. Even the neighbors noticed. They said the old house looked alive again, as if someone had switched on a light inside it after years of darkness. The air grew warmer, the silence turned peaceful, and birds began to rest on the gate again. My child. Every sign around you right now, the sudden calm, the sense of relief, is proof that you've stepped into your divine timing. The property isn't just land, it's a spiritual inheritance that carries your lineage's strength and resilience. Now, as the papers are processed, the world outside will begin to shift. You'll see how everything aligns perfectly around you, the people, the timing, the opportunities. Because when destiny unlocks, it never opens one door, it opens every door that was once closed. Because the final message from your guardian carries the greatest truth of all. Don't let anyone convince you this is luck. It's your birthright. Those words were written for you, and you alone. Everything hidden is now revealed. Every delay was divine design. Every unanswered prayer was leading you to this exact moment of realization. You are not stepping into property, you are stepping into promise. The land, the photo, the painting, the letters, all of it are echoes of a legacy that refused to die. And now that you know the truth, nothing can take it away again. My beloved child, don't move, don't blink, and don't scroll. What's coming now is the most powerful part of your story, the part that turns mystery into revelation. The moment the key touched the final lock on the estate's second floor, a sound echoed that no one could explain, like a heartbeat syncing with destiny itself. The door creaked open slowly, revealing a spiral staircase made of marble, descending into the earth. No one had seen this passage in decades. The air was colder, older, but not dark, it shimmered faintly, as if holding light that refused to die. You could feel something waiting down there, something sacred. Because what they found below changed everything. The staircase led to an underground chamber, a hidden vault built generations ago, designed to protect something priceless. Not gold, not jewels, but truth itself. The walls were engraved with your family crest, glowing under dim blue light. At the center stood a glass pedestal holding a metallic box sealed with 3 locks. And beside it, written in stone, were words that made everyone in the room freeze, "Only the blood that remembers may open this." The moment your name was spoken aloud, one of the locks released itself with a soft click. The second lock followed when your birth date was whispered. The third, however, waited in silence, until you placed your hand on the box, and your pulse triggered it open. This isn't fantasy, it's divine orchestration. When the box opened, a gentle light spilled out, not blinding but warm, like sunlight captured in glass. Inside lay a scroll, rolled in crimson silk, carrying the final message from your ancestors. The scroll read, "To the one who endures storms, who walks through fire and still sees the dawn, you are the chosen one to restore what was lost." As those words were spoken aloud, the temperature in the room changed, as if the space itself was breathing with life again. Stay till the end. Because what happened next revealed the ultimate reason this property was hidden. The ground beneath your feet began to hum softly, releasing a vibration that felt familiar, like the rhythm of your own heartbeat. It was then that they realized, the entire property sits atop an ancient foundation that your lineage built to protect sacred archives. Those archives contain records, journals, and artifacts that document your family's history across centuries. They tell stories of visionaries, healers, inventors, protectors, all bearing the same symbol you now carry. You are the continuation of that legacy. The caretaker had mentioned it once in his final entry, "Beneath the soil lies the truth that can heal generations." Now, as those boxes are unearthed, that truth is resurfacing. It isn't about money, it's about remembrance. It's about destiny restoring balance through you. Stay right here. The investigator said something that still echoes in every ear that heard it. He said, "This is not discovery, it's reunion. Because what you found isn't new, it's returning. Every cell in your body recognizes the energy of this place because it's the same frequency your soul was born from. The property isn't just your inheritance, it's your mirror. Everything it endured, you've endured. Everything it protected, you were meant to continue protecting. My beloved child, when you step inside the main hall, you'll notice a large circular window facing the west. During sunset, light passes through it and falls directly on the exact spot where your guardian's final note was buried. That light reveals a symbol shaped like an open wing. When sunlight touches that mark, something extraordinary happens. The walls seem to shimmer, almost alive. That's when you'll understand that this estate is more than structure. It's alive with memory, pulsing with divine energy that recognizes its rightful owner, you. Because even now, hidden cameras have recorded something unusual every evening at 6:47 p.m. sharp. A golden silhouette appears near the main gate, standing silently, as if watching over the place. It never moves, never fades, until the moment you step closer. Then, it disappears gently into light. That figure isn't haunting, it's guarding. It's the presence of your guardian, finally at peace, knowing you've come home. Their spirit lingers not in sadness but in protection, ensuring no shadow can touch what now belongs to you. The lawyer who's been handling your files shared one last detail. He said the previous owner, your guardian, had paid the property taxes in advance for 70 years. When asked why, the answer written on the record was simple: because they'll need time to remember. That's how deep this promise ran. Even when you had no idea of this inheritance, it was already protected, paid for, and prepared in your name. Every piece of paper, every seal, every number aligns perfectly to confirm one thing: you were never forgotten. Because what you'll feel next isn't shock, it's peace. That's how you know it's divine. When destiny arrives, it doesn't rush or demand. It simply settles into place like it always belonged. And now, everything that was once hidden stands before you, shining with truth. The address that once shocked you will soon feel like home. The gate that once stood locked will open without effort, and when it does, the first breeze that touches your face will whisper the words your guardian left behind: welcome home, because the final chapter is near. The golden key is now with you. The property has accepted its rightful owner, and the documents are ready to be signed. The world may not understand how such miracles happen, but your soul knows, because it was promised. From this day forward, everything that was withheld is released. Every delay dissolves. Every hidden truth shines. You will stand where your ancestors once stood, not as a stranger, but as the one who completes the circle.